How you doing, Andy?
No bad, pal, yourself.
I'm all right. What you on with?
You're all good, just back from having a swim, eh?
Yeah.
There's an hour and a half on the phone to EE earlier on, trying to sort out well, with the broadband deal I got, I was supposed to get an Ultimate Xbox pass free for my young lad, eh? But that's over 3 hours I've spent on the phone now trying to get it sorted out, eh? Absolute nightmare. So
There's no
might work.
there's no
Sorry.
there's no personal touches no more.
Yes, I'm worried. It's all right,
You know.
taking your money, though, eh?
You what, mate? I can't hear you.
It's all right when they're taking your money, eh?
Can hardly hear you, mate.
Aye. Should be all right.
Yeah, that's better.
That better? Aye.
We know a song about that, don't we?
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm sound. What about Joyce Chisora?
Another one for the pensioners, eh?
Combined age 80 odd.
I know. I think Joyce has got a lot more left than Chisora, though. I think that's a dangerous fight for Chisora. That could be like a long, just a pounding, eh?
Derek War Chisora.
His head's been bashed enough already, isn't it?
What?
His head's been bashed enough already, isn't it? He doesn't need any more brain damage. But it's up to him, isn't it? We can't stop him, eh? If he wants to fight, that's up to him, isn't it? He's a grown man, so.
He's had some hammer, hasn't he?
Oh, aye. It's like Richard was saying about was it a Takam fight? He quite often talks about when he said his head was purple by the time he finished that fight. Even though he won the fight, he took a batter up until the point where he pulled the big punch out. No lucky punch. It was a good punch, but
Takam drained it all out him, didn't he?
oh, aye. He just that was a brutal fight. That wasn't it? Slugfest.
Oh yeah. Total slugfest, mate, honestly.
He's been in too many of those kind of fights.
Hey,
He's been in far too many of that type of fights, hasn't he?
Derek. Oh, he's been in too many wars, hasn't he, now?
Maybe that's why he should change his name to Derek Too Many Wars Chisora.
He sounds like Scooby-Doo.
Aye. It's quite sad though, really, when you think about it. It's not going to end well, is it?
It's not what?
Not going to end well.
No, mate. I'm telling you. It's not going to end well for Derek. Well, it hasn't ended well, has it, really? Can you imagine him ordering an Uber? You wouldn't understand him, would you, if you were Uber operator?
No. It's not a good recipe, is it?
No, and Joyce is not far behind him.
Nah, he's taking a bit of punishment as well, isn't he? But I think he's got less miles in the clock than Chisora, hasn't he?
Well, listen,
I mean
well,
sorry, that fight should have happened like 6 years ago or 5 years ago or something, shouldn't it?
if Chisora's Scooby-Doo, Joyce is Fred-Doo.
Shaggy.
Right? Fred-Doo, you know?
Cruising around in the mystery machine, smoking joints.
Cruising around in Summit, mate.
Yeah.
Hey?
I tell you what I was watching. I watched a bit of the Fury-Usyk fight back. You know, the 9th round, what the ref was doing.
Yeah.
And the ref asked Fury to walk towards him, walk to me. And I think Fury only took one step, but the ref walked to him. What's that all about?
That ref were useless.
Terrible. He shouldn't have been walking to Fury. He should have been letting Fury walk to him, and Fury was an unsteady legs, eh? So, just something I noticed when I was watching it back.
Yeah. It's where do you see Fury going now?
Well, they're saying he's taking the rematch, but personally, I don't see him winning that rematch. I don't think that's a good idea. It's It's a bit like Big Joe Joyce taking the rematch with Zhang. That wasn't a good idea. I think it'll end sooner than that one, than the
Yeah,
previous first fight.
yeah, it's a tough one
Where
that.
does he go though? If he doesn't take that, where does he go? Who does he fight?
He might invent some. He might put him and Joseph Parker might invent some intense beef or something, or
Some corned beef,
corned beef. Yeah,
then a chopped pork.
I don't know, mate. It's a whodunit.
Oh, but Caballero, that'd be a good fight for him. He's on a roll, isn't
Waving him, aren't they? He done Chisora, didn't he, years ago?
he? Yeah. And he's just done Frank Sanchez, isn't he?
Yeah. So it remains to be seen what happens with him.
He's a danger man flying under the radar, I think.
Hey,
He's a danger man flying underneath the radar, Caballero.
you reckon?
I was hearing that Joyce is they were trying to get Bacoli was trying to get a fight with Joyce, but has Joyce ducked him or that's the kind of rumours, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. But I'd like to see Caballero against Dubois or something like that, or
Or Parker,
Parker.
That'd be a good fight, wouldn't it?
He done Frank Sanchez.
Mm. And he was touted as a good prospect, wasn't
Do you think Caballero could beat Bogeyman?
he? Could be, aye. Him and Bacoli are the two possible bogeymen, aren't they, in the division?
Billy Nelson with his Fury prediction.
He got that one wrong, didn't he?
Oh, wee Billy Nelson. Hey,
I like Billy Nelson as well. He's a character, isn't he? And he
yeah,
always he always stands up for his fighters, doesn't
yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He Derek needs to hang him up though, doesn't he? Really?
he? Yeah. He's talking another 3 fights, isn't he?
They're in cuckoo land, aren't they? Like,
So he's talking. I think he's talking Joyce, then the Can Man, then a fight in Zimbabwe or something.
Zimbabwe. God.
I think that's where he's from, isn't it?
Who do you think Big Meech is going to fight next?
Is he going to fight the winner, Dubois and Hrgovic?
Can't hear you, mate, again.
Is he going to fight the winner of Hrgovic and Dubois?
Do you reckon?
I think so, man.
It'd be interesting, that then, won't it?
I'd like to see him in with Dubois. That'd be a good fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it would. You like the bar, don't you?
I don't mind him, I think he should. We were doubting his heart for a while, but after that Miller fight, he kind of showed a bit of heart in that, didn't he? So we'll see how he gets on. I would say the jury's maybe still out on him a little bit, but we'll see how he goes in his next fight. I don't know. It's a tough fight against Hrgovic. Give him fair play to him for taking that fight.
Yeah. Where do you see Big John's role now?
Out of boxing, I would say.
Would you?
Well, I think if is the Board of Control not going to pull him up on his behaviour in Saudi, because if he is a license holder of any sort, it could be deemed that he's brought the sport into disrepute with what he was playing out there.
Yeah, he didn't cover himself in glory, did he? He'll be disappointed with that
Yeah.
Big John, won't he?
Yeah, and there's been a lot of criticism about him in the corner, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I, I think that's initially I thought that's nice that he's getting a go through the journey with Tyson being his father and son and that, but it's just too chaotic, I don't think that helped Fury's the whole week. The whole week, that's bound to put it's kind of tension all week, wasn't it? And I didn't think he looked confident. I don't think that helped him. So you would think it would put somebody's mind at ease normally if they've got their old man with them, but I think it was. I just think it was a bad vibe through the whole camp with that what was going on there.
I think Usyk were brutal with him. I saw a breakdown of the fight, and they were brutal with him, Usyk. All the way through, he went after him, didn't he?
He stuck to his word. He says, "I won't leave you alone," or whatever he said to him, and he was right. Yeah, he didn't leave him alone. He's actually, but on him all the time, wasn't he? Every opportunity, he was on him, wasn't he?
All the way through, mate. All the way through, you're on him.
And he quite easily negated the size difference, didn't he? From the first round, he was just straight at it, wasn't he?
He went after him. That size don't matter with Usyk, does it? The guy's a surgeon.
Yes, a wizard, boxing wizard.
Well, how would you think Big Meat should cope against Usyk?
Nah, the same result as the last time.
Do you?
Just he's not gonna do anything, Usyk. He's just gonna ruin his own mind all over again, and he's gonna rebuild himself a bit. He'd be better staying away from Usyk till he retires. Ben, what's to say Usyk's going to retire anytime soon? His legs are still good for his age, aren't they? I would say Fury's legs are probably gone, but Usyk's legs are still good. You ever watched him doing all that dancing he does?
Yeah.
Something else, isn't it?
What about the Fury Masterclass? Where were that, Andy?
It's only there in the middle rounds for a short period, but he couldn't sustain it, could he?
The Fury Masterclass. You know, it weren't there, were it?
Wasn't it there? As we said a while back, I think we've seen the best of Fury. His career's been wasted. It's been too much time wasted with hold-ups and then dud fights, and the likes. There's better opponents he could have been fighting instead of Tom Schwartz and even Otto Wallen, and what was the other fights he had? Sefer Safiri and somebody else. When he initially came back. When he initially came back, you could let him off having a couple of dud fights, but then that fight, the third fight with Chisora, I know White was a #1 contender, but there's no way he was really the best contender for that title, was there?
No.
And that showed, but that's no preparation for somebody like Usyk fighting people like White and Chisora, is it? That's just gimme fights, really, isn't it?
When you look at Usyk's leftovers, we've got Joyce, Dubois, Joshua twice, Fury, Bellew. Do you know what I mean? He just goes on, doesn't it? He's just ran through all of them, hasn't
he? Yeah, just gone right through them, And all this nonsense about he's too small and all this, that's just... Usyk's just made a mockery of that, hasn't he? I read a report, it must have been an interview with Michael Hunter, and he cited discipline as well as Usyk's #1 asset, is his discipline.
Yeah, any man that can swim 5 hours, discipline, and his concentration must be unbelievable.
Oh, amazing,
Eh?
And was it cycling 100 kilometers in Dubai when it was like mega hot temperatures? Just got a Duracell bunny, Can't stop him.
The guy, when he were in the furnace in the, end of 4, 5, 6 and beginning at 7th, he were in the furnace, wasn't he? Usyk.
Yeah.
But he's a firefighter, isn't he?
Oh, big time, He's got his resilience, his resolve and his mindset and his willpower and everything. It's just unbreakable, isn't it? He's a real Iron Man, isn't he? He's got an unbreakable resolve.
He's a one-off, mate. I'm wondering if he'll retire him, Andy.
He'll retire Fury.
No, I wonder if he'll retire Fury or will Usyk retire if they'll both have a fight again.
Yeah, I think Fury's. He's nowhere else to go. Fury, isn't he? He's got to take the rematch. I think Usyk could do other stuff though. Well, he could retire, or there's other options he could do. He's probably quite happy fighting his mandatories, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him, and I'm happy for him. I mean, I didn't mind it who won. I'm no bias in that way, but I'm happy for him that he's fulfilled he's completed the game, really, hasn't he? And that was his big aim. But he's messed about for 2 years. 2 years ago, that fight should have really happened. After he beat Joshua the second time, that's when the fight should have happened then. But he was quite happy to go and fight Dubois, who was a mandatory, wasn't
he? Yeah.
And he put him in his place.
Usyk's about legacy, isn't he?
Yeah. But I think Fury gave him a better, harder fight than Big Meech gave him.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Fury gave him, that Fury gave him nightmares in the mid rounds. Absolute nightmares.
But he came through. He just showed his championship quality. It's just. But I was actually thinking how he would have got on with. I mean, he's a more complete fighter than Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's an amazing fighter, an amazing record, one of the best ever. But Muhammad Ali never really threw many body shots. Where Usyk goes to the body, and I think he's got a better variety of punches than Muhammad Ali. And I would say his footwork's every bit as good. It's just something else, especially at that age he's at now, 37. I mean, Ali never had footwork like that when he was that age. He was done by then, but then he's had a lot more fights, and he had a harder career, probably. The amount of fights he'd had. But then Usyk's had a lot of amateur fights, hasn't
he? Yeah. Usyk's a phenomenon, though, isn't
he? Yes, he needs to be appreciated.
Yeah. Oh, he'll go down as an all-time great.
It's a man in the street that needs to take note, isn't it? I mean, hardcore fans are well aware of how good he is, but the casual fans, I don't think they should be now, because he's beating their hero, I suppose, in some respects, or the Fury fanatics, or whatever you get, the ones that give you all the emails, they'll maybe believe in Usyk now, or they'll be making excuses up why Fury didn't win or whatever now. But no, I think Usyk won fair and square, and he should be given the applause he deserves.
Oh, he changed it up, didn't he? I've never seen Tyson get hit that much.
No. Never seen him hurt as bad either.
No.
I know he got dropped big by Wilder, with big shots to Wilder, but when he got up from that 12th round knockdown, he won the rest of the round, but he wasn't winning the rest of the 9th round. He was just saved by the bell at the end, wasn't he? He was getting battered. But I still think that should have probably been stopped, because he wasn't defending himself and he wasn't firing back, and he was all over the place, wasn't he? So I've seen fights stop for a lot less than that. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal fighter, and I don't know they're going to throw at him now if Fury don't fight him. It's got to be Joshua, isn't it? Surely.
Or Hrgovic, maybe. He's the mandatory, isn't he?
Well, if they're going to break all belts up, at least we know who the man is, don't we? Do you think that's important, Andy?
Yeah, we need to know who the man is. I dare say Parker might be. Parker might be a mandatory for the WBO, because he beat Zhang, didn't he? Zhang was the WBO interim champion or whatever, part-time champion. So Parker might be a shout for him if he doesn't get a rematch with Fury. That'd be a good fight, but I don't see Parker beating. No, even though he's on a roll at the moment.
He is on a good roll, Parker, isn't he?
I think he'd give him a good fight, but I don't see him winning now.
Do you see Parker doing out with Fury? Or Usyk?
No. Well, I'd give him a better chance again. He's not going to fight Fury, is he? That's his pal, isn't it? So
yeah. What about Usyk?
He gave Usyk a good fight. It'd probably be a distance fight, I think, but I don't see him winning. No, I see Usyk just outboxing him.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know in mid rounds when Usyk changed it up? Do you think Fury didn't have gas tank to stay with him?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think there's nobody as fit as Usyk, isn't he? It's like he did with Bellew and Joshua and that. He just takes him into deep waters, isn't it? He's cruising along and then takes him into deep waters and drowns him basically. Yeah, it's he's just got that extra boost, isn't he?
That's what I was thinking. He kind of like drowns him, doesn't he, with movement?
Yeah, he just tires him out. The kid with a. I thought before it. I think I said before it. I thought he'd set a pace that Fury couldn't match. Yeah. And he did. He was off to a quick, straight out the blocks when he was boxing at quite a high pace from the first round, wasn't
Yeah, he were on him. He were on him fast. He were on him
he? Yeah,
fast. You know the referee, Andy. Now we've all had time to reflect. What do you think about the referee's performance?
shocking. Like I said, when he asked Fury to walk to him, he actually walked to Fury. I thought, what's that all about? And there's a lot of folks saying, "Oh, it shouldn't have been stopped, or it shouldn't have stepped in." But you want to get his head mashed all together. I mean, when he's wishing folk a happy new year after that, I mean that kind of verifies what we're saying about somebody's going to get seriously hurt. That's that should have been stopped. They need protected. Fury couldn't protect himself, could he? And he wasn't firing back, and he wasn't protecting himself. So there's a good chance. And that's no Usyk's no hitting him with a tickling stick there. He's battering him. His head's getting banged left to right, back up and down, and all sorts. When it was, I think I should have been stopped for this. I know Fury came back later in the fight, but at what cost?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that after 6th and 7th round, Fury didn't really have anything? Do you think that could be done?
Yeah, I think he was done by then. I think in the later rounds, he was just fighting on instinct a lot of the time. He got his nose smashed. It was the 8th round he got his nose smashed. That affected him, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Never even seen him with a bleeding nose before, but he was getting hit from all angles, wasn't he? He was getting hit a lot more punches than I've ever seen him hit.
Yeah.
He did get hit a lot in the third Wilder fight, right enough, didn't
What you what?
he? He got hit quite a lot in the third Wilder fight.
I
That was a
don't
bit
think
of a slow
I
fight.
don't think he's been the same fighter since that, you know.
No, that's probably. I remember seeing a thing about them throwing Manila one time, Ali and Fraser, and they reckon both them left something in the ring that night, and I would probably say the same with Wilder Fury 3. The left something. You can't have fights like that and be the same after it. That's just horrendous. It's brutal. But what a spectacle for boxing fans, though.
Yeah. Were you on edge of your seat watching it, Andy?
Oh, aye, that was a cracking fight.
Yeah. To be fair to Fury, he did dig deep, did he?
Oh, aye. I remember when he got knocked down. I think I was off my chair shouting, "Get up!" He was just sitting there pausing for a minute, looking up, wasn't he? But he got up though. Fair play to him.
Yeah, he got up.
He can dig deep. You've got to give him his credit there. He can dig deep when he has to, but he's just he's not going to beat Usyk for boxing ability, fitness, or he's got iron will as well. Willpower. I mean, Fury's got a lot of willpower, but I think Usyk trumps him on that as well.
Yeah, Usyk's he really can go to the furnace, can't
Yeah, he's a special fighter.
he? Hey, it's I'm just surprised Fury didn't try and change it up in later rounds. Really shocked.
I think he just couldn't, could he? I don't think he had the gas tank, like you say, just to do that. I think he was, and I bet he was probably bamboozled as well because he was getting hit from all different angles, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's a thing Usyk's great at, isn't it? Creating angles.
What about Bricktop arguing that he had Fury winning? Now he's watched it.
Now he's gone back to the raging man, the angry man, isn't he?
Yeah,
Red face and
Yeah, the Fury
shouting at Simon
win.
Job. He's going into bat for his man. We can't fault him for that, but he's going to give himself an heart attack at that rate.
Yeah, it's. I wonder what's going to happen now if they're all going to lose the grip on belts because now Usyk's lot have got all belts, haven't they?
Nah, they've got them all, haven't they? So Bricktop's got to rely on the sanctioning body stripping Usyk of belts, isn't he? But
Yeah.
if Usyk fulfills all his mandatories, he can't take the belts off him, can they? So
Yeah, he's only asking for an exemption with IBF.
mm.
Do you know
So
what I mean?
that tells you he wants to hang on to them belts, doesn't he?
Well, he's about legacy, isn't he, Usyk? That's what he's about, legacy. Do you know what I
Turkey
mean?
triple T Turkey will not be happy because Fury was going to give him all the belts. He said, didn't he?
Well, we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see, but where do you see Fabio Wardley's role in heavyweight division and it's big freeze now, Andy?
I can see them having a rematch, but I think Big Freeze will win the rematch. I think Wardley's found his level. I think we've talked about that before. He's found his level, and you never know if he's not going to fight the Can Man, eh? But I would see him beating the Can Man. I would see him beating quite a few folk actually, but I don't think he's going to win a world title.
No.
I don't think he might get lucky one day and if they get fragmented and that, but I don't see him winning one anytime soon.
No.
Maybe a fight with Parker or Caballel would be a good fight for him just to see where he's to test himself at world level. Eh?
What about Fabio Wardley against Dubois?
That'd be a good fight. I would pick Dubois though to win that.
Would you?
I think Dubois is a big puncher, isn't he? No, so is Wardley's a decent puncher too, right enough. So that would be a good fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
There's
could.
no doubt. There's no doubt in Wardley's heart either. Eh? He can slug it out if he has to.
Wardley's a good fighter. Very good fighter. I rate him, mate.
Dubois got a good job though, isn't he?
Yeah,
He could
I
just
rated it's Big Freeze though. I thought it's Big Freeze nicked it against Wardley.
yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, you can make a case for Big Freeze winning that, but I don't think you can make a case for Wardley winning it.
No. You might, if you were being very generous, you could nick a split decision win for it's Big Freeze. A couple of people could give it a draw, but you could make a case for a Wardley win.
Yeah.
Right. It's Big Freeze all the way. Catterall and Taylor.
That's this weekend, eh?
Yeah.
I hope it's a better fight than the last time because I mean the only reason that there's a rematch is because of the controversy with the scoring the last time, I believe. I had Catterall winning it last time. I think Josh Taylor underestimated him and maybe didn't do the weight right. I don't understand why he's still taking it at 10 stone. I think that's a mistake. I think he should have taken it at 10-7 or insisted on that. But because after fights, I'm sure he said after that fight, was it Teofimo Lopez fight? He said that's him finished at 10 stone. And he's agreed to fight this one at 10 stone. So I don't understand that. But I think Taylor should win it. If he can do the weight right, he should win it. I think he'll maybe have a bit more fire in his belly for this fight. But for me, his tactics were all wrong in the last fight. He was rushing towards Catterall all the time, wasn't he? Instead of maybe letting Catterall come in. But Catterall's an awful fighter. Why? He's awful negative. Eh?
You see
Saying,
Taylor winning.
I see Taylor winning, I think.
There.
Probably a points winner, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think yourself?
I'm going to go Taylor points.
Yeah. I think he should be fired up enough this time. He's got something to prove, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. He's decent, Taylor. But he's not what he were, is he? But he's
No.
enough to beat Catterall, I think.
I think he needs to move up in weight. I think he should beat Catterall. Eh? But the last fight, Catterall, I can't remember who it was against, but put a glass eye to sleep.
Mark Efron's in Canada fighting that Christian and Billy's.
Is he?
Yeah, he's fighting him, Mark Efron.
Let's
So
hope he does well there, no?
yeah, well, let's hope so. But it was stopped in 3 rounds, won by Jack Cullen.
Yeah, that's and he got beat, didn't he?
Yeah. So it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But he's fighting in Quebec. That Millie's 26-0, 22 on bottom moon.
It's a
So
tough fight, isn't it?
yeah, it's a tough fight for Mark Efron. Tough ask, that. Very tough ask. But let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, let's hope he gives a good account of himself.
Yeah. Errol Spencer's coming back. They're looking to put him in with Sebastian Fundora. Errol Spence is like, just when you think he's finished, he's back.
We can rebuild him. The Bionic Man, did he have a bad car accident to get rebuilt from that? I think, didn't he?
Yeah. Jesus. Hey.
The Bionic Man at boxing.
Yeah. Panic man. Oh. What about Lewis Ritson against Paddy Donovan?
When's that happening? Is that on the Leeds match? The Leeds.
It's this weekend, isn't it?
Where's the thing we're fighting? Is that in Poland?
Lawrence Okoli.
Oh yeah, aye,
Yeah, Poland. Yeah, Bridgeweight against that Rosansky.
that's good.
Big Lawrence.
That could be a good fight, then.
Hey?
Hopefully, that's a good fight.
Yeah. Great fight, isn't it? Who's your top number 1 pound for pound, Andy?
It's got to be Usyk for me at the moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Usyk, then I know you, Crawford. It's quite close between Crawford and I know you, I would say. I did have Opataya in my top 5 a couple of weeks ago, but he slipped out of there now. I thought he was hanging on at the end against Breedis, wasn't he? He won the fight, but he won the earlier rounds, didn't he? But then later on in the fight, I thought he was struggling a bit. I would say he slipped out in my top 5, so I'd probably have Usyk, you, Crawford, Beterbiev, maybe what's his name? Who's the guy Beterbiev's might be fighting? Bivol. Bivol,
You rate him now,
maybe.
people.
Bivol's good, but I think Beterbiev will beat him.
Yeah.
I think he'll stop him later on, maybe 11th or 12th round. But I think Beterbiev will take a bit of beating. No, he's getting on a bit now, isn't he?
Yeah. He's knocking on a bit now, old Beterbiev, isn't he? He's a good old scooter.
Yeah, he's got something about him that he won't be denied. He's just resilient, isn't he? Bit like Usyk in some respects.
Usyk done it, didn't
In the amateurs, aye.
he? In the Olympics, didn't he? I think he done him in the Olympics, yeah.
He's got the discipline, the work ethic as well, isn't he? Like Usyk, he's disciplined and dedicated, isn't
Then you look at our lot.
he? Yes.
You wheel out Paul Smith. Hey.
You can't put them in the same sentence. If they guys took a leaf out of Usyk and Beterbiev's book and dedicated themselves to the sport like they did, they would do better. Lennox Lewis was pretty dedicated, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Back in the day, he was pretty dedicated. I don't think he even messed about with women or that until he finished his career, did he? He got married when he finished his career and had kids and that. He had no distractions, or very few distractions.
Yeah.
He was pretty disciplined.
Yeah. Do you think Lennox would have beat Tyson Fury if they fought at the peaks?
I think so, yeah.
Do you?
I think so. I think Fury would have given him problems just with his size and that. Because tall guys could give Lewis problems. I think Akinwande gave him a wee bit of trouble to start with. That was a horrible fight, though, wasn't it? But Akinwande was 6-7, wasn't he? And Vitali gave him a lot of trouble, but that was later in his career, right enough. He was past his best, but that time Lewis. But there was sometimes question marks over Lewis's chin, but he was taking flush shots for Vitali Klitschko, wasn't he? And
Yeah.
that didn't move him. So Vitali Klitschko was a good puncher. So I don't think Lewis's chin was as bad as some of them said. He probably just got caught with a punch he didn't see. You can't anticipate what you can't see, can you? So that's quite funny. But I think he was all prepared against Rackman, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He couldn't adapt to the high altitude. He was only there. He was only there a few days before the fight, wasn't
Yeah. Yeah. He was. All right then, mate. Well, listen, we'll just do a one-parter tonight, mate, because I'm knacked.
he? No problem. I'm going to wait a rally in the morning as well. So
Where you rallying at? Where you rallying at?
way down the borders actually.
Yeah. I bet you're looking
Uh,
forward to it.
oh, it's the Jim Clark rally. But we're just going down and back because my son's working later. He's working at night.
Is it a flask job?
Fast.
Flask. You're taking your flask.
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 Nah. Flask oxtail soup or something, eh?
Flask of brandy.
I'm driving, so I can't do that.
Won't bother me. All
No,
right.
I better keep it right. And you take care anyway, mate. Good to hear
All
you.
right, then, mate. Cheers, pal. Right.
Soon. Take care, bud. All the best.
Well, that were Andy. Women love him, men want to be him. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. And thanks for subscribing to Porky's International YouTube. That's our sister channel. So, hope you enjoy that. All right, go on. Peace out.